Fantastic morning. I am Shay Wilson, thinking big, living bigger, and loving the biggest. Let's check this out. Let's get you set up on Facebook. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday. Let's rock this thing. Let me get you at as usual, the privacy settings set up over here. Let's rock it. Good morning. Happy morning. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's topic is fire, and it's why is my faith not working? So we finna crank this thing up and figure out what it is that we can do to move in faith better. But happy morning. Happy morning. The first thing we always do is gratitude and appreciation. What are you grateful for, thankful for, and appreciative of? I love that I'm feeling better. I always, 99% of the time I feel really good, but kind of battling a little something right now, a little allergies type of thing going on. So this morning, I'm super grateful for that. Always. I love that my spiritual entourage is always here to kind of make sure that I'm doing what I need to do and guiding and loving on me. I just amazing friends that I reached out to that just kind of lifted my spirits. I appreciate that. Just the day, I'm appreciative for this moment to move through and talk about why is my faith not working. This is a very personal question for me because I'm always asking what am I missing when things don't, you have faith and you're trying to do all you can, and what is it that messes us up or derails us on this thing called faith. So good morning, happy morning. Let's jump into it. It's very early in the summertime, and I'm looking at seeing people jumping on. Not yet. So, but we're gonna keep this thing moving. Why is my faith not working? Whew, that's a question. You pray and then nothing's happening. You pray and nothing's happening, and you pray for this and nothing happens. You pray for that and nothing happens. And this goes on for years. And you kind of we know to pray, but we're like, does it really work? Yes, it really does work, but there's some things that we have to get into alignment to do that. And number one is we have to get clear about what we want. Many times we're not clear. We may have a sickness and we say, I want to be healthy. But you got to understand, a prayer is a preparation. A prayer is a preparation for us to change. A prayer is a preparation, and it starts with our mental, how we're thinking about things. So we pray, and we may not even be in alignment, first of all, when we pray. Many times we say, I'll pray. Many times we may not even pray. We just say we're going to pray. This is for the people that saying they really praying, and it's not, we're not sure why it's not working. And we know that prayer works. We know that faith works. We're talking about faith. So when faithful, we pray or we speak blessings. If you don't want to use the term prayer, we believe for something. And it's not clear. So one of the things is that get really clear about what you want. Get clear. What do you want? What do you want? Why do you want it? We ask the why because there's always reasons why we want things, and it's usually to feel better than what we have right now, or meaning that we'll feel a certain way. So when we start talking about the why and we get into the feeling tones, those things switch us from a vibration, which I want to get into later, to that is calibrated to what we want. So when you ask the why do I want it? You're asking yourself, then it moves you into a place of vibratory match with what you're talking about. And then how would you feel in the having of it, which goes into number 2. How would you, those 3 questions, what do I want? Why do I want it? And how would I feel in the having of it? Okay, so let's keep moving and shaking. How would I feel in the having of it? Number 2, you really don't believe it's possible. And this is one of the things I really want to get into. We have to have some affirmations to help us with this. One of the affirmations I always use is that all things are possible and all things are possible for me. All things are possible and all things are possible for me. Many times we don't get clear, like I said at the beginning, but we don't spend a lot of time even practicing our faith on an everyday basis, not just when big things happen, that we don't practice on a daily basis, setting our intentions so that we can see the universe, God, at full strength every day. So when things happen, you know that God, that the universe, that source is going to come through for you. You know this because you've practiced it, and you've gotten to a level of love and appreciation that things just kind of flow through you. You're such in alignment that it just flows. When you do this, and I always go back to meditation and spending time so that you will know the prodding and the impulses of spirit talking to you, then you will know how to pray in a manner that I really believe that this works. Not just saying it because we just say things, that you really believe that when you speak a word and you leave it, that it's going to happen. It's not just for these special people. We all have the ability and capability and capacity to do this, but you must sit still. A lot of things have to be removed that we can do, that you can see the power that really flows to you and through you. All right. Number. Also, I said that we don't trust God enough. We don't trust source enough. This goes with number 2. We really don't believe because we don't trust life. We think we're just here just to be here sometimes. We don't really realize that we have a life source, a power source that flows to us, that desires for us to have life and life abundantly. That may not mean you're super, super rich. But what about great health, great harmonious relationships, the job or the career that you desire, that you're moving and you're flowing through, and your gifts and talents are flowing in, that you're in your purpose? Those things, life abundantly, the joy, the peace that we have, those things are life abundantly. And many of us are living far from that. We live in chaos, and we kind of think that that's it. We live in paycheck to paycheck. We kind of think that this is how it's supposed to be. No, it's not. But we said we prayed about it. Yeah, we've prayed about it, and then we diverted our attention and split our energy, which is number 3. We split our energy the minute we say we believe or we ask for something. We immediately allow doubt, worry, and fear to come in and split it. We immediately decide that can't possibly happen for me because this has happened before. And so one of the affirmations that I use right now and that I really, really love because it so resonates with me is that I will not allow what I see and with my physical eyes right now to sway what I know to be true in my spiritual world, because if we've asked, it is given, okay? In the supernatural, in the vibratory world or what have you, we have a vision. So that goes back to number 1. What do you want? Okay, if you don't have a vision, then we just kind of throwing up prayers and we're really not sure, kind of throwing against the wall to see what sticks and wondering why that doesn't work. But in this one, you're really understanding that this is what I want, and so what I know in my spiritual world to be true. So you start to move in a manner that is in alignment with who you want to be, who you're becoming. And somebody asked me, which was a great question, I think from last week, I didn't get a chance to answer you. When you believe that what you see is the real thing. Well, if we're spiritual beings, what we see in our spiritual world is also very real, but we have to line up with it. What we see is constantly, we get thrown off by what we see physically. And what we're talking about is faith here. Remember, we're talking about faith. So we are creating our world also all the time by the things that we believe, the things we give our attention to and our focus to, and especially the things that we give our emotions to. I know that faith works. I know that we have the power to do certain things that we never, ever thought capable. Every time I look at an airplane in the air, I keep saying, man, somebody had enough fortitude, enough mental fortitude, enough belief in this that they kept going to believe that we can fly in the air on airplanes, and that's normal to us. That's normal to us. And we're doing more and more with technology every single day. If that is a possibility, then our faith, our focused attention, feelings, emotions will work. We just have to believe in it. And this is before that you see it. Faith is not seeing it and then, oh yeah, I believe in it. No, that's just regurgitating what I already see. Faith is believing and bringing forth what I know in my spiritual world, what I know in my visions, to bring that forth with enough focus and attention and effort. Moving with that, we can bring it forth. So this is what we're talking about. Why is my faith not working? Some of this, hopefully, if this is moving with you, please give me a comment on this. If this is helping you in some form or fashion, please give me a comment. Number 4. It goes into what I'm just saying. You never identify with your prayer. And this is on, let's give an example of health. This is huge because health is a huge thing that we deal with. If your health, the doctors told you this, you feeling bad, you've been living with this for a long time. We begin to identify with ill health. We begin to identify with being overweight. And so you say, well, I want to lose weight. And this is just a little bit easier one to talk about. So we say, I want to lose weight. But we keep identifying with the person that's overweight, the movements that's overweight, the things that people do that are overweight. And we tend to, that's our comfort zone. So to say, I'm going to be X amount, whatever your ideal weight is. And which means, remember, a prayer is a preparation for you to change. We think that, and it's really here, our perceptions of things and believing. So we begin to identify with a person that's fit and healthy. And how do you start identifying with someone that's fit and healthy, or a habit? It's habit changes. Habit changes. Not begrudgingly, but because you see yourself as this ideal person. You see yourself in this ideal weight for you, and you begin to move in that manner. So the prayer is one of the things that keeps us with our faith. Why we think our faith doesn't work is that we never identify. Say, for instance, I want to be wealthy. We never begin to move in a manner that wealthy people move. How do you learn? You follow, you read, you look at people, how they're doing it. Not just the people on videos, but really reading biographies of how people moved so that they got the wealth that they did. And it's most definitely, you'll understand there's habit, there's ways of being and ways of thinking that they do that people that don't have that kind of money don't. All right, come on. Hopefully this is helping. Why is my faith not working? We're gonna talk about some ways that possibly they are not, and let's hit it up. So the number 4 was that we don't identify with, we never identify with what we're asking for. We just keep asking and never move in a manner that it's done. It's done. They ask, we receive, and we believe. It's done. And then we kind of let it go. That is the hard part for us because we don't see it. It's like planting a seed. It's from our person that asked me the question, well, what about we don't see it? We're looking at everyday life. Some of us need to take ourselves away from the TVs and all the stuff that says all these negative things. So we continuously marinate on the most negative things in life, ill health, bad financial disasters in the world, and we become very fearful. And we look at how a farmer plants a seed. This farmer does not go back and dig that seed up every other day to see if it works. You simply say a prayer. You believe in it. You nurture it. You take care of it, meaning you nurture your mind, meaning if you have to block out things, you do that. If you have to move, so if you have to read and affirm, affirmations are powerful. Your words are powerful. Our words are powerful. What we say to ourselves and others are powerful, even in jokes. I'm constantly going back to friends and say, you know what, I didn't mean to say, I needed to correct that, because as soon as I said that, even laughing and joking, I was like, no, I don't want to speak that because I know my words are powerful. Your words are powerful too. Don't ever think it's not. So number 5, you keep looking there at what you don't have as opposed to where you're going and who you're becoming. This is huge and it's hard. This stuff I'm talking about today is not easy, but it can be done. It is a practice. All of this is a practice. You keep looking at not having it, which means that your vibration is on the lack of it, because you're looking at what you see and you're like, I don't see it. But that's the different vibration than having it. So you must practice that you already have it, whether it's good health. How would I feel if I had good health? What would I be doing? How would I feel if I had, if I had this big financial windfall? How would I feel? What would I be doing? Would I be on a beach? Would I be working? How would it feel? How would it smell, taste? How would I be living if this was what I have? And so you start pretending on an everyday basis. Some people say visualizing, imagining yourself as this, and then you begin to move in that manner. So we'll want abundance, but we're always on the vibration of lack. We'll want love, but we're always on the vibration of fear. You see, so and we don't really know. We'll say we're talking about money, like, oh, I got a lot, but really low key, you're thinking lack. And therein is part of it. You're talking about, I want health for my grandmother, but I'm looking at her sick and saying, my poor grandmother this. No, I have to stand in my power and believe that health is on the way. Health is done. Health is done. And here's the thing. We can hold a space for people and pray for people, but people must individually allow or desire that what you're asking for them to. We don't get to assert into people's lives. We can hold a space and send love and light, and that they will come into the knowledge what they want, and they will say yes to it. We all have different contracts. We all have contracts with our lives, how we want to move. This is where volition comes in. We can pray, and that will hold the space. But the person must say yes to what they want. Yes to my health. I believe I want to be healthy. I always ask me, what do you want? My first question, what do you want? What does it look like? All right. And we can go from there. And then I can hold a space for you from that place. Because some of us are talking and asking help for people, and the person may not want to be here. I've said this to several, and okay, so that's the question. Do you want to make it? You want to be here? Then use your words. Say, I want to live. I want to be here. I want to keep going. And now let's move from there. I'm going to speak to you from a place of power, strength, and health, not poor you, because I know that you have the power within you to do anything that you desire, even if you're sick. And so this is a thing. This is a hard call that I got to shift myself. Right now, I feel a little bit better. And when you know your faith is working, you feel a little bit better. Just a small bit of relief, just a little bit of relief. And then you're like, okay, I feel a little bit better. And then I feel a little bit better. And then you may have a back, then you fall back. And it's like, but I know that I'm going to be healthy. I know that every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. And then you keep moving, and people hold the space for you, sending love and light to you, sending energy and good health to you. And you catch those vibes and you keep moving. And okay, I'm going to stop looking at things that make me upset, not the TV or the news. I'm going to watch things and listen to things that enliven my spirit. I'm going to do that because I know that helps me. I'm going to start eating things that make me feel better. That just, okay, I want that. I'm going to start moving my body so that I can move things around and clear my mind a little bit, because now we start moving. And that's a gradual process that we can do. Come on. Why does my faith not working? Listen, as I ask God, what am I missing? All the time. Not why. What am I missing? Because sometimes I just need to know. I'll come into an awareness of something about myself, and it could be from childhood. And I don't say why, because it sends us a lot of times. It keeps us back there trying to figure out, marinate on why. What do I need to do from this point on? Now that I got the awareness, let's move. Let's move. Now that I got all right, guys. I hope that helped you guys in any form or fashion. Please like, share, comment for me. Let me know when you watch it later on. Talk to me. Give me the comments. I love it. I hope you guys have an amazing, amazing day. I love you. Keep this thing moving. Why is my faith not working out? If anything, that's the conversation. You've asked some things that you don't have. Some of us just stop asking. And there's no way, this everyday life will always make us ask for more and more and more. All right, let's get it. Have an amazing, amazing day and an amazing, amazing week.